Excuse me. Remember me? From the Winterborn ambush? The caravan? Hey, I'm talking to you. Sorry for shouting at you. It must be this city. Makes me want to walk fast and speak loudly. Oh, you must remember me. The caravan? The Winterborn ambush? Thanks again. Well, not me exactly. I came to Hrothgar to elevate my status, and here I am running errands for the orcs. Somewhat ignoble. But what can I say? Anyway, your assistance against the Winterborn and in recovering their supplies hasn't gone unnoticed. The king himself has requested your presence at his private tavern here in Orsinium. You must have made quite an impression. You'll have to share your secrets with me sometime. Perhaps you'll be so kind as to put in a good word about me with the king. I'd so enjoy an invitation to his corner club.
Pieces with something more to it, or perhaps
Try the Iceberry Ale. It's delicious. I love this place. Back at the keep, I'm always being pulled in a dozen directions. Fighting over here, debating over there, gives me a headache. But here, I can just eat and drink until I pass out. Took you long enough to show up. I could have you flogged for that. Ha ha ha! That look on your face! Priceless! But I'm just yanking your tusk. I usually never have anyone flogged for a first offense. It's a good thing I like you, because the last person who asked me these sorts of questions had the curiosity beaten out of him. But I don't want to fight with you. That's not why I called you here. Are you ready to listen? You helped Chief Bozrog. You fought at my side as we defeated Iceheart and his Winterborn warriors. In short, you impress me. People who impress me either turn out to be a help or a hindrance to my plans. Do you understand? Let me speak plainly. You could pose a threat to me, but I prefer to consider you an ally. Share a few drinks, like we're doing now. I could use someone like you. Someone to deal with problems that require more clan chief problems. There are still stubborn chiefs out there who don't agree with my vision, who don't want to see our people united. They're stuck in the old ways, ways that have failed our people time and time again. You made an impression on Bozrog. Whether he likes it or not, he owes you for helping the clans. The other chiefs respect Bozrog. We can use this whole situation to our advantage. Get them to listen to matters they would normally refuse to hear. For now, nothing. Relax, have a drink. Enjoy all the pleasantries that Roxanne and her fine establishment have to offer. But when I need you, I expect you to be ready and willing to get the job done. Oh, for whatever. Damn it! You two always show up and ruin my fun.
Oh, I have not even begun to ruin your fun, my king. But let's leave the pleasantries for later. We have an urgent situation to report.
I can never tell when you're joking. Fine. What's so important?
The Trinimac Temple has been attacked, my beloved. Malakath devotees have barricaded the doors and taken the priests as hostages.
These fanatics dare to attack my city? My people? I'll deal with them personally.
You will do no such thing, my son. After what happened in the throne room, this is undoubtedly a trap.
I won't sit by while they attack my city!
This problem requires a personal solution, and I have a perfect idea. Outsider, let us talk. My son's bravery borders on stupidity. He would run off and stumble blindly into their trap without the slightest regard for his safety. We must not allow that to happen. Oh, child, I always have a better idea. My son's rage makes it difficult for him to see clearly. His instinct is to charge every problem straight on and beat it into submission. His enemies know this and often use it against him. Bozrog and the other clan chiefs know King Kurog all too well. They expect him to attack and kill the heretics, just as the heretics will kill the hostages. Innocent lives will be lost and blame will fall squarely on Kurog's shoulders. You are an outsider with connections to Orsinium that are tenuous at best. Enter the temple and rescue our people. If you succeed, you save innocent lives at the king's request. If you fail, well, at least the king won't be blamed. Nothing but dry bread and old turnips to eat.
I never should have gotten what they caught.
What do you want?
Simply beautiful. It seems the king will leave a lasting legacy after.
Everyone, clear the streets and go home. Let the king's soldiers deal with this. Back away, citizen. We have enough to deal with as it is. My soldiers can't do their job with all you civilians getting underfoot. Just because you carry a weapon doesn't mean you know how to use it. And as you can see, I already have more amateur warriors volunteering to help than I can handle. Why don't you just stand back and leave this to the professionals? By the king's arse, you're annoying. I should toss you in a cell, but I'm a little busy at the moment. Alright, listen. A group approached the temple. I didn't think anything of it until they drew their weapons and rushed inside. I just got back from a tour in Daggerfall, and I'm still trying to figure this city out. It's a damn maze! I heard there might be a way back in, but the soldiers I sent to look for it haven't reported in yet.
Hey, hero! Over here!
I'm so shaken.
The king sent you here to rescue the hostages, didn't he? Of course he did. That's why they recruited heroes after all, am I right? Listen, I have a plan. It's brilliant. Wanna hear it? See those hawkers behind me? Don't look. Anyway, they've been acting suspiciously. Standing around, making shifty eyes, showing odd hand gestures to passers-by. I've read enough investigative Veil books to recognize criminal behavior when I see it. Never read Investigator Veil? The book's about the brilliant scholar who travels the world and solves crimes. She doesn't use magic or weapons, just her charm and her wits and... Look, I'll lend you a copy later, but we need to focus here. Isn't it obvious? Look at their evil demeanor, their villainous whispering. I bet if we rattle them, they'll run off and lead us right to the hostages. Watch. I'll just let loose an arrow. That should put the fear of Ifray into the survivor. Of course I can. I do it all the time. And I'll have you know that I'm right about 50% of the time. Fine, fine. We'll do things your way. But I'm going to keep an eye on those two.
Moloch, what now?
Defend the temple!
Thank Trinamak you're here. Someone has to save my fellow priests inside the temple. Please, I need your help. The priests inside the temple are at the mercy of these fanatics. Please, I think they want to kill my brothers and sisters in Trinamak. Malakath fanatics. They burst into the temple and began rounding up my fellow priests. They spat at us and shouted that we were betraying our race. They said that Chief Basrag sent them to punish us for opposing the true god of the orcs. They made such a commotion when they barged in. I spotted them from the upper balcony and slipped out the back door. I was about to go find help when more of those ruffians surrounded me. I thought I was finished, and then you showed up. They invoked the chief's name, saying he seeks revenge against the king and any who follow the false god. I've known Chief Basrag to be a hard man, but never a cruel man, never a murderer. What has the king done to anger him so? I see. I respect the king and all that he stands for, but his temper, it has gotten us into trouble more times than I care to remember. If it's vengeance Basrag seeks, then the king will be responsible. My fellow priests were still alive when I slipped out of the temple, but the tension in the air, I'm afraid violence, they're holding the... Take this key. May the luck of Trinamak be with you.
Lock the priests in the rectory. As soon as Kurog arrives, we kill them all.
soon as I spread the word, the false...
How did you get in here? No matter. You'll be dead in a moment.
Someone has to give Kurok the message.
Move! Turok's people have arrived! Kill them all! Scatter! You were too late. Maybe the others. Maybe Solgra reached them and they're all right. Everyone's dead. Maybe there's still hope for the others. Solgra, she took them with her. Tried to hide in the back. I don't know what's happened to Solgra and the others. High Priestess Solgra and our brothers and sisters in Trinimac. The fanatics gathered us up and forced us in here. But Solgra, she isn't one to put up with such nonsense. She put a blade into one of them and ran into the back to help the others. I have the key. I'll open the door for you. Find the others, please. I don't know what Solgra planned to do, but she had that look in her eyes when the fanatics started hurting our people. Solgra and the others should be somewhere through this door. I'll find a way to open the main temple doors and let the soldiers in. Good luck. Get her! Don't let her escape!
I'll die before I let you hurt the others.
Orders be damned! You're going to die for that, priestess!
One? I plan to kill a dozen more if you don't leave my temple now.
Things go from bad to worse. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine once I catch my breath. Just got the wind knocked out of me a little, that's all. Not exactly. They claimed to be devoted followers of Malakath, and said they were working for Chief Basrag. They caught us by surprise, threatened us. Did you run into Ugus? How are he and the others faring? Don't blame yourself. You have saved lives that without your intervention would certainly have been lost. But I'm still confused as to what the attackers hoped to accomplish. Why take us hostage? Why not simply kill us and be done with it? Spill the blood of innocents and blame the king for their deaths, for not being able to protect his people. What a fiendish scheme. But the king sent you in his stead. Very astute on his part. That decision may have saved many lives. We were supposed to assume they were Malakath devotees, but they didn't seem particularly religious to me. Even I don't believe Malakath would sanction a slaughter such as this. They mentioned Chief Basrag, though. Said he gave them their orders. I've always found the chief to be noble, but it doesn't take a lot to change a person. His forts ravaged, his traditions threatened. I can see how such things could lead to this. The king and the Forge Mother must be told what happened here.
This is the last of them! Let's finish these bastards off!
Finally, something good comes out of this debacle. Too many priests died because of those fanatics. We removed their bodies, but if word of this gets out, I need to know. Did you find? That is good news indeed. I will make sure that a military contingent protects this temple going forward. It will not be left undefended. Increased patrols around the perimeter, soldiers assigned to guard the inside of the temple. The priests will not have to live in fear of another attack, not so long as my son is king. I assume you know who claimed responsibility for this? Bosrog has never agreed with Kurog. He made threats in the throne room, as I'm sure you heard. Besides, his boldness and devotion to Malakath are legendary. It appears Bosrog wishes to challenge our king. My son needs to solidify his hold on the clans. All of the chiefs must accept Kurog as their king for the betterment of the Orsimer people. If we gain support of the clans, we can stop Bosrog without inciting an all-out war. You have done enough for today. Though lives were lost, thanks to you, others were saved. Take this for your efforts, and keep your ears open. We will contact you when the king again... Solbra, my child, come join us. Are you injured? Should I call a healer?
I'm well enough, but innocent blood was spilled in the temple this day.
I grieve for your fellow priests as much as you do, but changing the Orsimer way of life brings risks we are all well aware of.
Trinimax's words. I came here to share them, not to bury my brothers and sisters in the faith.
I have another message for you from the king. It's wonderful to see you again, my friend, but I really wish the king would find someone else to serve as a messenger. I have so many other talents that could greatly benefit Orsinium. I have no idea. Although I did hear something or other about a moot of some kind. I suppose the best way to find out is to go and see the king. In the throne room, up at the keep. Hopefully he won't be in too foul of a mood when you get there. He seemed out of sorts when I told him this was the last message I was going to deliver. Either he finds something else for me to do, or I'm leaving.
friend and ally has returned. Let's talk. I heard what you did at the temple. Your efforts no doubt saved countless lives. It pains me to learn that Chief Basrag was involved, though. Basrag's never agreed with my plans. He's a traditionalist, stubborn and old-fashioned to the end. His unwavering devotion to Malakath, his hatred of Trinimac, his refusal to recognize my authority. I'd say Chief Basrag is getting desperate. Basrag wants to start a war. Damn it all to oblivion, we'll have to stop him. He has the strength to overwhelm the lesser clans, and he's no suckling cub when it comes to fighting either. If he were to make a challenge for my throne... It's time to assemble the Great Moot. I want you to visit the clan chiefs that still haven't come around to our way of thinking. Talk some sense into them. You need to get to them before Basrag poisons the well and turns them against me. You made an impression already, but don't worry. I'm not expecting them to come just because you asked nicely. The chiefs are stubborn, but they each have a problem that's confounding their clan. Solve their problems, and they'll attend the moot. Now you get it. Help the chiefs, and they'll be obligated to accept your invitation. I've tried to convince the chiefs of Tumnash, Morkel, and Shatul to join my kingdom. I even married a few of their daughters. We need a better solution. Tell them that you come to help in the name of King Kurog, that I'm hosting a gathering of clans, and I want the chiefs to attend. And it needs to be the clan's chief that comes to the moot. If they try to send a subordinate, I'll be highly insulted. Do whatever it takes. The chiefs must attend the moot. I trust you won't fail me. When this is over, Hrothgar will finally be forged into a united kingdom. Meet me at my corner club after you finish. All this planning has given me a powerful thirst. More? What more is there to say? They refuse my every overture and laugh at my authority. We need to convince them of the veracity of my grand vision. Oh, very well. What specifically do you want to know?
need to find out what happened in the quarry. Where's that elf we hired? Have you happened to see an elf around here? Tall, spindly, talks way too much for his own good. No, of course not. That would have been too easy. This is what I get for hiring a tuskless runt. He said he could improve efficiency in Greystone Quarry. What did we get for our trouble? First the fog, then the screams, then nothing. Not a word, and it smells like elf mischief to me. My husband, Chief Ramash, went down into the quarry to look for the elf and find out what happened to our workers. He came back covered in blood, and I can tell you, Ramash doesn't bleed easily. I'd appreciate any help you can provide. After what happened to the chief, the rest of the clan refuses to go anywhere near the quarry. If you can get in there, find out what happened, and make sure the quarry workers are safe. It's all because of that damn city they're building. The king needs stone for Orsinium's walls, for its keeps, for its damn towers. I don't know where quarry overseer Yadurl found the elf, but he claimed he could increase our production tenfold. Typical elf. Too clever for his own good. All tricks and hasty maneuvers. But our clan depends on the quarry. It's our livelihood. If we can't determine what happened down there and fix it, the Tumnash clan is finished.
Another outsider here to perform tricks for the false king? Bah, go back to Kurog and leave a real clan chief in peace. So, you're a lapdog and a messenger? I have no time for Kurog's games, outsider. As long as my quarry remains in danger, my place is here with my clan. You think you can accomplish what me and my strongest warriors have been unable to do? Very well, outsider. Restore...
little time for talk.
You heard about that business?
I'd appreciate any help you can provide. After what...
The king owes...
I've got what you need.
Could use a break.
Another outsider here to perform tricks for the false king? Bah! Outsiders. Always want what they can't have. You could ask whatever you want, but everything that happened in the quarry is kind of a blur. I'm sure most of the blood I came back covered in belonged to Bonalog, but that doesn't mean I didn't sustain a few injuries of my own. Look, it was dark and foggy down there. I don't know. I remember shadows in the fog.
I'm trying not to think about those miners.
doing down here? Don't you know that Greystone Quarry is a disaster area? What happened? The High Elf, that's what happened. Things were fine for a while. Rock flowed out of the quarry at a record pace. But then we broke into a cavity and the elf insisted on exploring it. That's when the fog began to roll out of the hole. It was fog, thick as stew it was. Chief Ramash and Huntwife Bulgar decided to enter the quarry and find out what happened to the elf and the workers. We went with them. Worst decision I ever made. We entered the fog, but we weren't alone in there. There were shadows, things in the fog. We were attacked. I saw the chief run out, covered in blood. Bulgar's still down there, looking for her daughter. Last we knew, she was with the elf. Find the Huntwife and her daughter, and kill as many of those things as you can. But the elf, save the elf. Like I said, it was dark, foggy. Couldn't make out anything except shapes, shadows in the fog. Even though I couldn't see them clearly, I could hear them clanging around. We just entered the cavity when I noticed...
I thought you were one of those damn machines. You're just lucky I've got the reflexes of a snow bear, or your guts would be decorating the floor. Now, care to explain what you're doing down here? Is this another of my husband's half-hearted rescue attempts? Whatever. I guess I should be grateful. One of those metal spiders took a chunk out of my leg. Nothing too serious, but I can't fight worth a damn. So it's up to you to find my daughter. I don't, but I can hope, can I? Besides, I haven't seen her corpse, and she is her father's daughter. Then there's the elf. He knows what he's doing, and has more than a few tricks up his sleeve to deal with the machines. He's a clever bastard, I'll give him that. He knew there was a dwarven ruin down here, and used us to uncover it. We should have been more careful, but he had significantly increased our production. And you know Orsinium, they always want more stone. Shaban, she's a brave young woman. Took an immediate interest in the High Elf and his fancy ways. The elf didn't seem to mind. In fact, I think he liked having someone strong and beautiful at his side. You find one, and you'll find the other.
Trinimac. You're not one of those dwarven Dwemer things. But what are you doing down here? Did you come to help me escape from this damn quarry? Our quarry, sure. But the dwarves carved out this quarry centuries ago. It looks like they started down here and were working their way up. But don't ask me what they used the stone for. I don't want to think about that. He told me to stay here while he went to investigate the central structure. It was brave of him to go on his own. I wanted to help him, but I know my limitations. I was trained to deal with animals, not walking forges.
Amazing! You were actually able to navigate the Dwemer defenses? You must either be exceptionally strong or exceedingly lucky. Either way, I can make use of that. Ah, so you've met them. I really do feel awful about what happened. I offered my help because I suspected that the ruins of Mizandine were down here, but I never expected such powerful defenses. This place is remarkable. Yes, but I was referring to the fog. It was a most curious thing. As soon as we unearthed the door to this place, a heavy fog set in and the Dwemer spiders swarmed us. I know how to handle dwarven constructs. The orcs, sadly, do not. These Dwemer systems are as sophisticated as they are ancient. I'm not sure we can disable the constructs now that they're fully operational, but we may be able to control them. All we need to do is find the construct controls. fascinating. Our paths cross again. Thank the Eight. It's amazing how often good research leads to remarkable discoveries. Since we parted, I have come to the conclusion that this is an automated quarry. Like the Orc Pit above, only much more sophisticated. Isn't it, though? That's what we in the business call a remarkably well-preserved orb of illumination. I believe this dwarven device may contain the key that allows us to bring Mizandine's defenses under our control. Think of the device as a gigantic combination lock. These emitters shine light upward towards the various lenses attached to the rings. If you rotate the lenses to a specific orientation, the device should unlock. Trial and error, like any other scientific endeavor. But be sure to keenly observe every rotation of the rings. That's the key to our success. We can manipulate the 3 kinetic resonators to adjust the lenses and rotate the rings. Follow me. This is one of the most complex Dwemer devices I've ever encountered. To reiterate, we need to strike the kinetic resonators to rotate the rings and align the lenses to the beams. After watching you intently, I believe that you need to rotate the rings until the 3 lenses align with the beams of light. Have you noticed how each resonator rotates 2 rings? I understand your frustration. This is a challenge. I have deduced that the left resonator controls the inner and middle. This is one of them. After watching you intently, I believe that you need to rotate the rings until the 3 lenses align with the beams of light. I understand your frustration. This is a challenge. I have deduced that the left resonator controls the inner and middle rings. Fascinating. I never imagined the control mechanism would fit inside so small a space. It will take me some time to master this device. But with it, I'm sure I can suppress the outer defenses and return the quarry to a relatively safe state. Oh yes, it's perfectly safe to work the quarry again. And please give the orcs my deepest and most sincere apology regarding the... I have something I want to try first. If I can make a few adjustments, I want to offer the constructs to the orcs. I'm sure they'll make...
As soon as our scouts sent word that people were emerging from the quarry, I hurried down to see what was happening. So, where's that damned elf and what did he do? Dwarves? That's the last thing I expected. From the stories I've heard, things involving ancient ruins and dwarves never turn out well. Then the elf survived? Perfect! That means I still get to wring his scrawny neck. Wait a moment. What's that sound? Troll dung, it's the constructs! The damn elf betrayed. To arms, my clanmates! Let's show this mad elf what we think of his dwarven army.
Don't be alarmed. I bring a gift. These constructs can work your quarry and build the great city of Orsinium.
Damn you, elf. I should kill you where you stand.
What did I say? Please, my friend, make her see reason.
He got half my workers killed, and now he insults us as well? The elf's blood price is steep, and he's going to pay it very slowly. Greystone Quarry belongs to Clan Tumnosh. It should be worked by Clan Tumnosh, not those metal monsters. As long as one Tumnosh lives, we'll extract stone from this quarry just the way Malakath intended. With orc sweat and orc muscle. We dishonor ourselves and our ancestors if we sat back and let machines do all the work for us. It figures that an elf would come up with such a disgraceful and dastardly plan. Do you really think the other clans will accept this tuskless runt and his clockwork pets building the king's precious city? It will divide the Orsimer even more than we already are. And that's saying something. By Malakath's swollen foot, you're an irritating one. But no, I won't have these metal monsters working alongside faithful orcs. Take the constructs to Orsinium if you wish. Just get them out of here. My clan wants nothing more to do.
Ah, outsider. I confess I had my doubts, but my forge wife tells me you were as good as your word. Thank you for helping restore order to the Greystone Quarry. Oh, very well. You performed a vital service for my clan. The least I can do is go and listen to whatever fancy words Kurog wants to shout at us this time. I'll see you in Orsinium, outsider.